Trump's whole legacy and political career depends on this one choice that is about to be made by Trump himself and his administration. I'm obviously referring to the conflict, to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran, and whether the US intervenes in it and in what way that occurs. In today's video, we will talk about Israel and Iran and the ongoing conflict and the consequences that US intervention could lead to, and in my opinion, why America will intervene in the Middle East. Guys, Israel struck Iran a few days ago. It was a preemptive strike as Bibi Netanyahu believed that Iran was a few weeks or at least a little time away from getting a nuclear weapon. Funnily enough, the Prime Minister has been saying the same thing for 25, 30 years. I think you can see clips dating back to 1995 of Bibi Netanyahu saying that Iran is months or 1 year away from nuclear bombs. So he's been saying the same thing for ages. So I don't even know how much it counts, to be honest, what he says in this regard. But Israeli intelligence said that Iran was developing a nuclear weapon. American intelligence just a few months ago said the opposite. Tulsi Gabbard said that Iran wasn't developing nuclear weapons. So that's a very interesting thing. Let's talk about why this war began. And let's talk about the real reason why, in my opinion, Israel wants to start this war, because effectively Israel started this war. Now, whether striking Iran is justified or not, that's another debate. Is it justified? I'm not so sure. But even if it is, Israel started the war because Iran didn't strike Israel. So this is just basic. It was Israel that attacked Iran first. And the Israeli officials, I don't want to insult the people of Israel because I think it's wrong, but the Israeli officials always play the victim role every single time. It's just unsufferable, to put it mildly. And that's the reason why they're so hated, by the way. This is a personal piece of advice to the Israeli officials, which are so arrogant and brazen that they will never listen to it, but they've been told that by hundreds of thousands of people without a doubt. This is the reason why the state of Israel is hated around the world, because they're brazen, because their officials are brazen, arrogant. This is the very simple reason. But irrespective of that, guys, I think what Netanyahu wants is regime change in Iran. Very simply. Like, this is not about nuclear weapons. Don't fall for this trap. This is not about nuclear weapons. None of the wars that Israel fought in the Middle East were about nuclear weapons. It's always about regime change. Israel doesn't like Iran's regime because it's against them. And he wants to have a puppet regime so that Israel can control Iran. And Iran is the only country that is standing in the way of Israel controlling the Middle East totally. Because once Iran falls, which will happen, once Iran falls, Israel has total regional control upon the Middle East, and it's over. Israel's policy is expansionist. Maybe it's not about annexing territory, even though they said already that they want to annex Gaza and take control of it temporarily, which we all know it's going to be permanently. So that's expansionist, literally, annexing a territory. And what should have been Palestine has gotten smaller and smaller. In 1948, Palestine should have been bigger than it is now. I don't know how big exactly because I'm not that versed, but still, I'm just saying these things. I know that this is, you can call this anti-Semitic propaganda. This is what some people would call it, but it's fine, no problem. But this is the situation now in Israel. Very simple. when it comes to America intervening, we need to smarten up. I see all of these conservatives who are all bought and paid by the AIPAC lobby, by the Jewish lobby, because that's the only explanation I've got. A few strikes, well, that is nothing. It's not a problem if we strike Iran just a few times. Well, you're fucking stupid, okay? You 45-year-old conservative influencer. You don't even know the basics. Like, I'm far younger than that. But it seems like I know more than they do, which is crazy, even though I don't study for videos. I don't do research, very little research, that's what I do. It's just a few strikes, why are you complaining? Trump's not gonna get us into a never-ending war. American troops and American soldiers are not gonna die at the behest of Israel. Israel is our greatest ally. What has Israel done for America? By the way, this is a whole other debate. Other than killing 34 men, USS Liberty attack, go look at one. It's a very interesting one. Israel is the only country in history, since World War II at least, that has gotten away with killing Americans without any repercussion other than constant foreign aid and service, which are not repercussions. Basically, they are benefits. This is nuts. No one has ever told you this before, probably. So anyway, it's just a few strikes. Well, it is not. Because let's just say that America strikes Iran, even though they're not major strikes. What's going to happen is that Iran is going to retaliate. And they're going to attack US bases. Because they're all nearby Iran. There are hundreds, not hundreds, but tens of military bases around Iran. Tens of US military bases around Iran. Iran is going to attack them, and some Americans will die. I don't know how many. I don't know the exact number, but some soldiers will die who happen to be American. And do you think, and do you really believe that then America's going to be like, well, it was fair given that we struck you, so it was fair that you attacked us. Fine. That's obviously not going to happen. What's going to happen is the following. Americans will die, and America will go even harder. And more Americans will die. So it's going to be a useless waste of human lives at the behest of a foreign nation. Because Bibi Netanyahu said so. Basically. Okay? So, all of the conservatives saying that it's just going to be a few strikes don't understand this at all. It's not going to be just a few strikes. There's no such thing as just a few strikes. Okay, that's bullshit. That's conservative, Israel sucking, Israel first propaganda. That's what it is. But objective minds can come to the conclusion that that's not what would happen. Something way worse would occur. And thousands of Americans would die for a useless war. Because Iran is not a threat to America. And you can say, well, they say death to America. Okay. Let's just assume, which is obviously impossible, but let's just assume that Iran nukes America. Do you think Iran would exist the day after that? Like, America would throw 50 nukes at them and obliterate Iran. Like, let's just not say stupid stuff here. And the idea that Iran would throw a nuclear bomb in America is preposterous, to say the least. Even if they had them. So that's pro-Israel propaganda, okay? That's fear-mongering. Absolutely. No doubt about it. So this is the current situation. So the people saying it's just a few strikes, you're stupid. You're being stupid, very stupid and very naive. It's not just a few strikes. There's no such thing as a few strikes. Absolutely there is not. And everyone is opposed to this war when it comes to the American public. Other than a few, not a few, but other than half of Trump's base that is loyal to Trump, like a cult. We are with Trump. We have to trust Trump. Well, I'm a Trump supporter myself. I really like him as a guy. And I think he's a better president than Harris would have ever been. But going to war with Iran is not what we hoped for. We hoped would happen. Going to war with Iran is not America first. It is not. Trump has done so much for Israel. Maybe it wasn't MAGA, it was MIGA. Make Israel great again. Maybe. All along. But people saying, let's just trust Trump. Trump is leaving Israel for last. This is 5-dimensional chess. What are you talking about? 5D chess? This is not 5D chess. This is $230 million that Trump has been given by AIPAC. And he has to give them back by supporting Israel unconditionally and fighting their wars. Wake up! You're stuck in the deep state. Wake up! Okay? This ain't no 5D chess. This ain't no trust Trump. This is none of that stuff. I wish it was. We can just do things. We can just do things. Turns out we can't. And if Trump starts a war with Iran, I will stop supporting because I can't support American soldiers dying. That's treason. At the highest level, he should be impeached and charged with treason and sent to jail. Just like all the other presidents who did that. Maybe remove the sent to jail because that's excessive. Because, okay, remove the sent to jail part. But he should be impeached. If Trump starts a war with Iran, which leads to death of American soldiers at the behest of a foreign nation, that's treason. And Congress is bought by the Israeli lobby. The Jewish lobby. No conspiracy theory. Did you watch Ted Cruz on Tucker Carlson? Literally saying that if Israel spies America, it is fine. If Israel spies the US president, it is fine. This is a US senator, guys. Ted Cruz from Texas. It's fine if a foreign nation spies the American president. That's what friends do. What the fuck are you talking about? It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm thankful that people are waking up to this nonsense, to this unconditional support to the state of Israel, which gets away with things that no other state would get away with. No other state. Because striking another country because it threatens you, what other country would get away with it in the media? None. Not even America, probably. Imagine if Russia attacked a country preemptively because it felt threatened. It did. And look all the media coverage it got, rightfully. But when it's Israel, no. It's fine. It's fine. The Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, I think, said that it's about ballistic missiles. Well, how many nations have got ballistic missiles in the world? Hundreds. Not hundreds, maybe, but 100, possibly. So are you allowed to strike any single nation with ballistic missiles because it's a threat to you? It's like, really? Yes, this is crazy. This is crazy. Don't fall for the propaganda. Don't fall for the lies that are being told by conservative influencers who are Israeli shields, because that's what they are. They're putting Israel before America. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, and it must stop. And Trump must not get involved, because it's a useless war. Israel started it. Let them fight it by themselves. Good luck. And this is the same playbook that was being used by Bush in 03 and 02 with Iraq. Same exact playbook. It's the same playbook. Same thing. Iraq has got weapons of mass destruction. It's a threat to the world. We will come out after a few attacks and we will emerge as the winners and we will emerge as the heroes that took down the evil regime of Iraq, and we will bring democracy to the Middle East. How did that turn out? 20,000 American troops died. $2 trillion were spent. Hundreds of thousands of deaths throughout the whole Middle East and Iraq. No regime change. How did that turn out? Horribly. This is Iraq 2.0 but worse. Same playbook. Iran is a few weeks away from having a nuclear weapon and it will destroy the world. They have been a few weeks away from nuclear weapons since 1995. How is it possible? How is it possible that they are a few weeks away from the nuclear weapons, since 30 years ago? No one is falling for this BS. We're tired of this. Let's stop with the BS, please. This is not about nuclear weapons. This is not about weapons of mass destruction. It was, is, and forever will be about regime change that benefits the state of Israel. That's all it is about. Let's just tell it like it is. It's all about regime change. And it's not good for America. I mean, what does America get from this regime change operation, which is not even going to work probably? Just like it didn't work in Afghanistan and those countries. I mean, I don't know if it worked in Afghanistan, but there is still the Taliban. Just like it didn't work in other circumstances, it's not going to work this time, possibly. Another thing, how can the Iranians trust the Americans when Gaddafi gave up nuclear weapons and got killed? Anyway, a few years after that. Like, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. But unfortunately, as I've been saying for a few months, Congress is bought by AIPAC, the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee, and they give politicians millions of dollars to basically suck Israel's cock. Straightforward, that's the truth bomb, everyone. This is just undeniable, guys. Because when you look at the decisions they're making, it's just crazy. What is America getting from being partners with Israel? Absolutely nothing other than destruction and money wasted. The America First policy with the Middle East is the one Kennedy had. Go look at his manifesto. His policy was the correct one. It was not pro-Israel, it was not pro-Arab states. It was pushing for diplomacy. But then a few things happened and he got killed. By whom is a question we will never have answered. I think the Mossad was heavily involved, but some people say it was not. But this is just my idea. But this is the whole situation regarding the Middle East, regarding Iran. Let's pray for peace. I hope Trump does the right thing. But if he gets involved, if he sends American troops to die, and if American troops die, this can't be supported. It can't be supported. I'm sorry. I like him as a person, and I will always like him as a person because I think he's a funny, charismatic, and great person. But this is treason. I'm sorry. This can't be supported. We can't support US intervention in Iran. We can't support a never ending war. We can't. And if we do that, we're being detrimental to the United States. So this is my idea, this is my position. I hope this comes to an end soon. I hope Trump does the right thing so he can save America, his legacy, and everything. Thank you for listening. Take care and have a good night. Bye-bye.